a chat and join me today. Out in my workshop, I'm tinkering away. Wand above staring down on me. Wonder what my next project will be. Working on my Johnson, my Mercury Mark 10. Firing up my StarCraft to fish again. Grab your friends and your dog is too, to watch Tim's Workshop on my YouTube.
Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. Out here in the mini shed, the what I call the bubble shed. Anyway, I'm out here. I got the paint finally for the Mercury Mark 10. I got some sand tan, and I got some sunset orange, both specifically for the 1957 Mercury Mark 10. Now there's like 3 different colors that you can paint those motors. This is one set of colors for that I really like, you know. So we're going to paint it up, but first it has to be primered. It first has to be cleaned and sanded before even primering it. So a lot of work to be done yet on it. When I got the paint, I got a thank you note from vintageoutboardpaint.com. Okay, if you're going to look it up online. And the price, you know, it costs more than your regular rattle can paint that you buy at like O'Reilly's or something like that. But you're not going to match the original color very well. So same thing with Johnson's. This is Sea Breeze paint on this old Johnson. So they sell that too. So it's all about 20 bucks a can. So just so you know. So it's not cheap, but hey, if you want to keep it original, you know, get the right paint. So it says, thank you for your purchase. We would love to hear your feedback. Feel free to email us at vintageoutboardpaint, all one word, at gmail.com. Okay? Comments, photos, or any info you would like to share. If you share your restoration on Facebook or Instagram, please tag us in your photo, which I'll do. I joined up the Mercury Facebook club because I also work on Mercury motors and Johnson's, so it has a little bit of everything there. There's one specifically for Johnson's Evinrude's. I'm part of that group too, but there's one specific for Mercury as well. So that's on Facebook, so check it out. I just wanted to let you know what's next. So I'm going to be cleaning, super cleaning, sanding, pressure washing, get everything ready to go. Now as far as the decals, I can get the decals to replace this on both sides so it looks original. But all this is pen striping, okay? So to do that with a little tiny fine brush, I don't think so. Plus it's all going to be sanded down and painted anyway. So what I'm going to do to make it easy is just paint the thing, you know, and then cover this piece up, of course, you know. New decals after it's painted, slap those on. All this pen striping, get some really small 1/4-inch Gorilla tape. Put it all the way around. It's a little airbrush gun so I can do stuff like that. I think that would come in handy. What's going to make it easy is I got everything apart on that Mercury Mark 10. It's over here, lower leg, one piece, clear down to where it splits here for the lower case. I didn't need to take that apart because the water pump works fine on this thing, so don't have to worry about that. It pees really good. When I paint this, I'm going to paint from here all the way down, and the engine will be the same color as this, which will be the sand tan. And then the hood is going to be sunset orange. And that's the way that it was originally done, for that specific paint for those motors. Got the charcoal, which this is, I think they call this charcoal paint. That was the original for this, but I don't I don't really care for it that much. So I'm going to make it look, you know, the way I want it to look. Another paint color too, and I can't remember what that one is, but there's like 3 paint colors. And the one I got, the Santan and the two-tone colors for this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave comments, hit the notification bell. And if you like, give me a like. Or to the right, you'll see an upside down arrow. Click on that, it'll give you a description of the video, my email address, and other information there if you're interested, okay? Get on with the scrubbing, sanding, and repainting the Mercury Mark 10, 1957. So we got the leg over here. Gonna put it in the hole. Get this out of here, and we got the head up here. I'm going to start cleaning on it, but first we want to get the flywheel off, these plug wires changed, and put new ones on. So we're going to do that, get it all cleaned up and painted up. So that'll be the first thing. So I want to just show you the setup I have for cleaning and painting, which is outside here. It's raining today. Typical weather I have to deal with around here. Don't get sun very often. But I got the simple green in the bucket here. Got the water hose. Put it up here, get it all cleaned off. I got some holes I got to plug on that motor too to make sure water doesn't get in it. But I got the table set up here, and I rigged up a nice light. It's really bright. These lights are super bright. So even when it's raining, I could work on it and get it all cleaned up. So yeah, that'll work good. This will be perfect for painting in here. You know, if it's a little breezy, I can always close the door, but it's got these windows that I can open up and put a fan up on a table blowing that air out. And on this side, it has windows too, so I could put another fan blowing clean air in. So yeah, it'll work pretty good for that. Good thing I had this boat covered up. The open bow is covered. This is all covered up. Nothing can get into the boat. Water runs off to the back and out through the holes in the back here. Through here. That works pretty good. So I'm going to show you cleaning the motor up. And once I get the motor done, then the rest of it, I'm going to go ahead and get it done and get everything all laid out, ready to primer and masked off, you know, like the decal, you know, mask that off. Anything else that needs to be masked off on the motor, plugs in here, you know. Get all this off, this rust on the automatic transmission lever, rod lever. Oh, here's the old gasket. I got a new one. It's shipped. I'll be getting a new exhaust to motor gasket. Alright, so just wanted to show you what I got going there. Let's get going on the removing this flywheel here. I put a clamp over there, so let's see if that helps. There we go. Okay, now Need to get this off. Okay. All right, get this up there. It's tight. Okay. You need to take this whole thing off anyway. The reason being is when I paint this, I don't want this on there. So let's go ahead and take this off. I think I can get it off by taking this plate off. There's screws on the inside. Screws or bolts or whatever they are. There's a plate. Then it has like a felt cover here. So we'll take the felt cover off. So let's get this off here. This one has a spring on it. I can't remember if this one does too. I think it does. There's a skid plate. It's coming off. There we go. There's the other skid plate. See how it goes underneath here? But then it picks up these holes on this. Yep. So we'll take those off. And got the magneto plate off. This is the timing lever. Advance. There's the crank seal up here. For those that you would like to know the number, it's a 505435 is the number of the crank seal. Looks okay. I don't see where it really needs to be changed at all. So when I paint this thing, I'm going to cover I'm going to cover this area here, and then all this will get painted. Cover up the hole for the intake. The gasket that's on there is still good. And we'll cover all that up. This is rubber on top that's sitting on the copper tube. So we need to get this off and, you know, clean it up. Be nice to stick another piece of rubber there. This is a crankshaft. Let's put all this stuff away so it doesn't get lost. I'll get it cleaned up. Man, those condensers are small. Yeah, compared to the condensers I've seen. I think those points are burnt. Yeah, I might have to get some new points for this. Well, I got my gasket for the motor to exhaust housing, so wanted to show you that. Yay! I was surprised. It came from Spokane, Washington, so Spokane to north of Seattle, Washington, that didn't take long at all. When I ordered it, it didn't really tell me where it was coming from, so, or I didn't look that close. But got it from vintageoutboard.com. The owner, Mr. Brook over there in Spokane. Mercury Johnson Evinrude parts, 1950 to 1980. So looks like they sell more than just gaskets. So cool. I got their card. I was hoping it was a magnet, but oh well. I'll put it on my toolbox over here somehow or another. I'll get another. I got some extra magnets. I'll hang it over there. So anyway, I wanted to show you that I got my gasket for this. So once we get the motor all painted up nice, we'll be able to mount it onto the rest of the motor. Cool. Oh, I took off the old fuel line. These are swedged on ends, so when I put the new fuel line on, I'm going to buy the barbed ones. I got plenty of fuel hose, so won't be any problem putting that together. So we're getting back to the magneto here. So we're going to place these wires. So I took out the screws here. They're still in there, all 4 of them. So we don't want to lose those. So let's turn this upside down. I got 3. Where's the 4th one? It's in behind the wiring here. But see how they got the springs on there? And I'll show you why the springs are on there here in a second. These plates go under the part that's on the motor that is still there. That plate. So this goes under the plate, but this goes over the top. And then when you put these screws in, they have the spring that goes down through and picks up these plates. But when you screw these plates in, you don't want to over tighten these, because then you won't be able to turn this, right? So you put some grease on here, make sure they're greased up good, and then you screw those down with the springs, and that keeps the screws from vibrating and back off once you have these in there the way you want them. So you want to screw them down. You want them snug, but not so snug that you can't churn this, because this is advancing your timing. So that's why these have springs on them, all right? So you don't want to lose any of this stuff. Keep it all together. Put it in my little tray over here, and there we go. So what's next? So we want to get these spark plug wires off of here. So we need a screwdriver. And just like on this motor, it has clamps holding down the spark plug wires. Being that I got this on recording, I'll know how to put these back together. So this one here, just like on the Johnson, there's a label here that says top. It's not switched on, just free floating on here, so we don't want to lose that. So this goes to the top spark plug on the motor. Okay, that's interesting. These sleeves just fit on there holding the spark plug wires together, so the larger one goes down here and the smaller one goes up here above the clamp, and the label goes on this spark plug, which goes to this side. Okay, when this is upside down, this one is the top spark plug wire with the old boot on it. Okay, so I'll take this loose. We'll put these back on once we get them off. That way we don't lose anything. So anytime you take something off the of the magneto plate, make sure you put it back on. So that has a washer and a lock nut. Okay. So even though there's two clamps over there, it only has the one screw holding both of these down. So we'll take these off. Buddy, okay, you're in here. Don't you sneak out on me. Okay, so I took the boots off, the springs, left everything on here, but the top wire, these are pretty close to even up here. Okay, so the top wire is the long wire, is longer than the other one. Okay, so the top one is the long one. I'll take the label off. The long wire we'll make first, if I can get it out. There we go. Definitely have to grease these things up to get them through all this stuff again. So the long wire we're going to cut first, which is this one. That's the one that's going to have the label on it. And there we go. There's that one. Okay. So what we'll do is need to put some grease on here. Okay, we got our silicone grease, but we're not going to waste it on all that kind of stuff. So what we'll do is just use a little bit of regular oil and put it on here. Put that down. What we need now is put the boot on. This was the top one, so we want to straighten this thing out a little bit. I got it, kind of bent it. Put the label on. It says top. We want the wire sticking out just a bit. Even this is going into the wire, the spring. I think it would help having a little bit of the wire sticking out too. Just like that. I had to turn one of the lights off in here because the roofers are out there today putting a new roof on the house. So we don't want to slow them down on what they're doing out there. Now the boot. Now this one here, we do want to put silicone grease on it. Now, push this on. And then we watch it on the inside, and when it gets up to where it needs to be, There we go. So that's good to go. So now we want to cut the next wire. Okay, then cut this back a little bit. Put a little dab of oil on it. And the reason we're doing that is to get it through here. There we go. And we'll probably have to adjust this stuff later. Now, I'll cinch this down. Okay. Put some dielectric grease on it. Put the boot on. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to wrap up part one of the restore on the Mercury Mark 10 as far as getting it ready for paint. Took off the magneto plate. When I took the wires off of this, right, and then put the new wires in, I discovered that I lost one of the magnetos. Okay, so what I did is I took it apart, right, because it wasn't working anyway. I took all the soft part of this magneto, so I took it all off down to the hard part of it and down to the coils. Right here was where the little tiny bracket was that has a pin on it that when you push the spark plug in this hole, that pin is what connects the spark plug to the coil. So I took it off and shined it up here, put my meter here, put it on there, and no matter what I did, I was not getting it. So this thing is totally dead. But this one on the other side still works good. How long? I don't know. So I started looking it up, how much it is to replace just this part of it. This part comes apart. This comes apart, so like that. So you keep that. So all you're replacing is the actual coil itself. So I looked it up, and the cheapest one I could find is the Sierra replacement for the original part. You can get the originals too, but they cost almost twice as much. So the Sierras are good. They're, you know, they'll work. They should fit. They're identical. They're about 80 bucks. So being that I got the whole motor for free, you know, so far it hasn't cost me that much. So I'm still going to make a profit on this thing if I sell it. You know, big time. Just wanted you to let you know that we're stopping the video here. I'm going to order another coil. I'm going to keep going on the, you know, the sanding and painting and cleaning and getting everything ready, but that'll be on part 2. So hopefully you liked the video. Until next time, we'll see ya.